so excited to be joining and celebrating Shannon. So Shannon got to 2,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. And she created a challenge that was super interesting for all of us. And that is talk about your talent and talk about your channel and recreate your first YouTube video. So I went back and looked. I actually have a YouTube video from 6 years ago. And that YouTube video was the very first one I ever did, and I'll link it below. And what I did, and the first probably year of my scrapbooking, so everything from 6 years to 5 years ago, those videos are all flip-throughs of pages I made. So instead of doing a scrapbooking process video, I'm recreating that, and I'm going to show you what I've made probably in the last month, I think, is in here. But we're going to do that instead of a process video because her challenge was to recreate the pages we made or the first video we made. And that's what my first video was. So this is going to be a live stream of me talking through just the pages that I have made, where I made them, what product I use, and so forth. So I hope you enjoy that. I'm going to move some stuff over just so that I can kind of move these pages as we go through them. So the first page is the latest page that I made, and I did this for the Scraplift Crafternoon that I did. It was on my channel last Sunday, and this uses Vicki Boutin products, kind of a smattering of Vicki Boutin products. And the focus of this was to scraplift a page that had a big photo, so that's what I did for that one. There's actually a video for this, and I'm not going to try to link all the videos. If you're interested in any of these, and I'm going to move this camera just so that it's maybe showing you a better view here. If you're interested in any of these, you can probably just check out my channel. The video is right underneath this. So that's this one. The next one I did is Where Are the Otters? I did this live on my little scrapbook store as part of my design team lives that I do on Sundays. And this is using the Arden Craft Hidden Creek collection. And this kind of does harken back to some of those pages that you'll see in my very first video, because I did a lot of half and half, where I had one page, one kind of design over here and another paper over here. So this is actually humorously very much like some of those pages that I did. The challenge for this one was to use blues and greens. So I think I met that challenge. Here's another one that I did. This is using 49th Market Cottage Grove collection. And I believe this was also part of Scraplift Crafternoon. Really love how this turned out. This is a great example how you can have a one paper layout. This is just one piece of paper. All the rest of it's embellishments from rub-ons to laser cuts to words to even some wooden embellishments. Really love how this one turned out. And this is from Cottage Core, 49th and Market. Here we go. We're going to turn this page. This was journaling on a photo. Don't remember what the challenge was for this. No, this was using a big photo, a big 8x10. This is the new challenge that I'm in, which is the next big thing. Did this one, and it's using Chamel's Reasons to Smile, I believe, paper, and lots of balloons. And I did this in Photoshop. Oh, we are back to the Hidden Creek collection. This was another Scraplift Crafternoon, the circles page. This is using, unlike that one where I said it was just a one paper, this is, I think, 4 or 5 different papers using the circles, minimal embellishments, but using kind of the paper to speak for itself. Really love how this one turned out. I actually used my sewing machine as well. Oh, this is from our Disney hub, all about the mouse. This was a focus on characters. This is also using Chamel's Reasons to Smile. Totally love this page. This is also kind of reminiscent to some of the pages you'll see in my first video, which is one big solid piece of paper with a strip of paper down to kind of give you a feel of separating the page. Really like how this turned out. It's kind of interesting if you go watch those pages from 6 years ago. This is still my consistent style. This one and that one with Arden Creek. Still kind of how I do a lot of pages. Now this is nothing like anything you would have seen me do a few years ago. Pretty sure I just did this one for fun. This is, I was just playing around, wanted to get some, sometimes you just want to play. And this was one of the ones where I just wanted to play. Got out different pieces and bits and pieces from a frame to some film strip, and just kind of threw them in the middle. If you look at those early pages, nothing looks like this. This really was something that I've kind of grown into, more of the messy look, layering embellishments, and doing those 49th and Market page kits really helps me kind of find this. This is obviously not a page kit, but totally love how this turns out. This one, oh wow, this was stamping stencil savvy. So you had to use a stamp and a stencil and cut it out and a die cut. So that is this up here. This is a page on my channel. This is another one though that's mainly just one piece of paper. This is actually tissue that I sprayed on. So another thing that you never would have seen me do before is kind of use mixed media. I was not big into mixed media 6 years ago. And now I do more of the spritz and sprays and kind of had fun making this page. Oh, we're back. We're back to, actually we got two right in a row. We're back to that Hidden Creek collection. It's really a big collection that I've used quite a bit of lately. This was another of the scraplets. And in this case, one piece of paper with the acetate sheets. This is like, they have tape that's like the PET tape, I think, instead of washi tape. And I used that with a little bit of stamping in the middle to create a layout with just one piece of white card. And what a great layout, what a great way to use up your supply. Get that white cardstock out and do that. Just a few little hidden embellishments. You're seeing the 49 Market influence with my collage, little collages of embellishments here. Really like how that's working out. And another of the Hidden Creek, this one, or Arden Creek, I don't remember when I did this. It might have been for a My Little Scrapbook Store page. I think it was, the challenge was to use mainly green. So I did this for St. Patrick's Day, but I used the Hidden Creek and then added a few St. Patrick's Day embellishments in here. Super fun, had a good time doing this. Once again, a few embellishment clusters. You've got the film strip in different places. Plus you have just the lettering up here and the 3x4 cards that I cut out. Now this is another cottage core page. And at this point, I don't remember what I did for what. I think this might have been a live stream, don't even remember. But here is something I know a lot of people have asked about. I have stamps that have like the word "and" with that you can use if you ever run out of letters. And I really like cherish and enjoy every moment. Love that title. Using the 3x4 cards. We just had a lot of fun creating this, once again, with cottage core. Now here's one I know that I did for Scraplets, and I totally enjoyed this one. And this is, I'm going to try to bring it up close to the camera. I took the Tim Holtz edge distressor and I distressed all those edges. So much fun. And this is an old collection from Simple Stories that I absolutely love. I think it was called Where to Next. And just enjoyed making this and pulling that product out and kind of getting it used. Now this is me trying to use up some of my 49 Market spice collection. And this is, I've got lots of film strips, a diagonal pattern. That used to be kind of my go-to, is just a diagonal pattern. Usually you see a lot more of that. I'm interested, kind of been fun to go through these and see I don't have the same pattern. One of the things that's been helping me lately is I am in all of these hops. And the hops are giving me challenges to make me go outside my comfort zone. And I've really been enjoying that. But this one photo layout, title, a couple of embellishment clusters, super easy. I think these are actually like the border strips off the, what do we call those? Branding strips. So I use those down there. Okay, we're back to my go-to design, which is the half and half page. Something over here, white over here. This actually is a designed paper. This is 49 market paper again, but these are not. I think this is actually a Heidi Swap washi tape. This is some ribbon, and this is just a core. I think it's a Doodlebug classic core that I used in teal. Have some embellishments from 49 market on here and just kind of created. And this I know doesn't go there. That's on the other page. So we're just going to put that there and we'll figure out what goes later. Anyway, love how this one turned out. And I kind of like how that photo is cattywampus. That would be sideways for those of you that are not from the South. And it really kind of gives the page a lot more movement. This is cottagecore also, I think. It might not be. It might be Cartabella. Anyway, I'm not sure. But I know down here what I did is I took white Tim Holtz word stickers and I took the scorched timber or the tea. I can't remember the other name of and I put ink on them to make them matte. So one of the beauties of having like white stickers or white paper is you can always color it to be what color you want. And that's one of the things I did here. Kind of did this little tear up here, add a little bit of paper to the top and bottom. That's something I used to do all the time. But this was super fun. Still loving those film strips and the florals. Here's this very simple page I did. This is kind of my classic go-to design. I think I did this on the Celebrate My Style page. And this one was really just about the fact that I am a quick scrapbooker. And this is kind of my go-to, which is photo, kind of a half and half or, a vertical, horizontal design. The pages that I do that are not for challenges, and I'm really sorry about that, are more like this, kind of clean designs. And I'm actually starting to love both the busier, and you can kind of see it here. These are very similar pages, actually. This is a big horizontal pattern with a photo with some embellishments and the title. This is a horizontal. This is kind of my version of this clean and my version of this a little bit more distressed. So it's kind of cool to see those right back to back. And watch this. We're going to just add that right there. Not sure if this is really where it went. Here's another of my pages for, I believe this was for a challenge for our scrapbook crop that we did at my little scrapbook store. But love that, kind of a big vertical line. Once again, you're seeing my kind of cleaner style, some diagonal embellishment. This is that same Simple Stories collection. A double page layout. I know this was for the double page layout entry, and I don't know if I can but we'll just assume you can see it. Clean, some pages. This is the, I don't know, Spice collection maybe? Simple Story Spice, but super fun, big strip. Think I have the sketch for this if anybody is interested. This feels like it's taking a long time. I hope you're still here. If you're still here, let me know in the comments. If you've reached the Epcot page, let me know in the comments that you hung with me to Epcot. That will be great. Maybe you feel like people are watching. Epcot page. I don't know what this was for, but probably just because I was trying to get these pages scrapbooks. Trying really hard, and that was actually the vertical one before of Drew and I. Trying to finish the January 2024 of taking the boys to Disney. I have like probably 10 more pages to go in that layout or in that book, and then I'll be able to be done. I could even do a flip through if anybody's interested. So if you got this far and you're interested, let me know. This is Simple Stories collection. This is a different Disney page, different trip, but now you're seeing how you can do Disney without Disney paper. Really like how this one turned out. This is one of the 49 Market yellow collections, not sure what it was called. But as you can see, I added some hearts, some stamping on these tags. And now we are back to kind of classic colors for Disney. This was part of the Milo Scrapbook Store prop challenges. But another thing that I started to do just recently, and I need to do more of, is matting things in black. So I really love how this paper jumps off the page because I matted it in black. And particularly like the core paper here has black. Oh, gee, whatever this star was, it just popped off. Don't even know where that was. But we'll stick it there and we'll figure it out later. But I love how that turns out. So try that sometime. If you have a black in your paper, matte in black instead of white. It really does make the photos pop. This is from that same Disney trip. I was trying to get those scrapbooked. This is all the Say Cheese collection. Just different embellishments, pictures in the middle. And I think there was one of the pages that had that. And then I've got these little tags on the side, but just love how this turned out. All of these are from the Say Cheese. They had Say Cheese, I think, Epic, which is supposed to be Epcot. And they had all the different countries. Super fun. Different Disney trips. A lot of Disney trips here. This is using embellishments from Say Cheese and the Semel camera vellum paper and 49 Market. This is kind of classic what I used to do, which is combine a bunch of different collections. There's also some stamps from an Animal Kingdom stamp collection that I got. So much fun. Love how this one turned out. Oh, Vicky Bouton, we're seeing this. This is so much fun. This is using Vicky Bouton paper and basically doing a collage of photos. Big, huge title. Love this one. And this is another example of how one piece of paper, as long as the paper is the right paper, you can do a full layout and have really big impact with one piece of paper. We're back to my horizontal design, right? This is my horizontal design that I go to. This one, the challenge was to use a quote or a poem or a story. So I used one of the quotes from, or the parts of the Winnie the Pooh story to tell the story of Nick turning 21 and getting carded to get his first drink. Super fun. This is Vicky Bouton again. And we're in Say Cheese Pooh collection. I don't know if you can figure that out, but here we are. We're meeting Winnie the Pooh. Once again, though, you're seeing my horizontal design with some photos on the right-hand side. If you hadn't watched this, you might not have noticed, but that is really one of my go-to designs. I use it a lot, and it's very comfortable for me. And there's nothing wrong with finding a design that works for you and using it over and over again. What you're seeing is, because both of these very similar. This is a horizontal design with a big embellishment over here. This is a horizontal design, but the photos are over here. They don't look identical, right? But for me, this is the design that's comfortable. Find a design that works for you, keep doing it. And last but not least, we've got Sweet as Honey. So this was doing a border of a stencil. So I did that. And then I have paper, and then I used ribbon to frame the paper. If you have a lot of ribbon, you can use it as if it was washi tape. Use it in ways you would use washi tape. I think this might have been a challenge to try to use a lot of ribbon. So I have ribbon here and I have ribbon here. And it's not like it's ribbon for the sake of ribbon. It's ribbon because it's the right color and it works. So that is the final page in the set of pages. And I can pretty much tell this was from March and April. And I do need to put these away so that I can actually go through and put them in albums. But luckily for y'all and for this video of copying our very first video on YouTube, I was able to do a flip through. So thank you so much. Thank you to Shannon for this idea. Please go and watch the other ladies in the playlist. I'm sure there'll be a lot of different takes on this one because it was to replicate our first video. And if you're interested in seeing what my scrapbooking looked like 6 years ago, one of my very first video, I'll put that video link down below as well. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.